Yep. So my name's Jake. I run a business called Positive Existence Personal Training. We've been going now for about 6.5 years. We've got 22 locations around Queensland and a couple in Perth now as well. And we predominantly use Facebook marketing as a way to bring leads into our business, and grow it. And we've been working with Kerry now for the last couple of months to really take that to the next level. So we've been doing it, and most people would say we've been doing it really, really well. But there's still this massive room for improvement, which is why we came to Kerry, a couple of months ago.
Yeah. What I actually really love about what Jacob's doing is he's hugely successful at what he's doing in that, but your ad account has been disabled a couple of times, hasn't it? When I first started working with Jake, he was actually Antonio.
So we've had a few different ad accounts, basically just not understanding the rules so much, and we were getting away with running ads a particular way, and then one day a Facebook ads person jumps in and says, no, they're all wrong, and instead of just telling you about it and allowing you to change them, they just say bang, and they wipe out your entire account, and then Antonio turns into Jonathan, and we started a new account.
Jonathan's all cool now.
Jonathan's good,
and we know, and we kind of know what was the reason why they were being disabled. So we're
all good, and we weren't intentionally doing the wrong thing. It was just a few little things, and it multiplied over hundreds of ads. Turns into a big thing, I suppose.
Yeah. But what I like, I mean, and it is a pain when your ad account gets disabled. Like you can curl up into a little ball and cry, or you can do what Jake did. And Jake actually just went out, set up a new account, and started running his ads again. And it was kind of like that's your whole business. So you just had to do what you had to do to get back up and running again. So. Good on you. And the great thing with what Jacob's doing is he builds lists as well. So we were able to, when Antonio turned into Jonathan, sure, we lost a little bit of a website audience, but he had lists that we could just load back up into Facebook again and start running audience to those custom lists, creating lookalike audience from those custom lists. So
and on top of that as well, just creating continuity in your business, so you're not relying on selling a product and then selling it to somebody else, etc. But, we use the Facebook advertising predominantly to get the leads into the business, and then we're signing them up onto, ongoing programs. So when you have hiccups in your marketing, there's no need to freak out. If you know that you've got, 20 odd thousand bucks coming in this week anyway, So you can take a hit for a week or two in terms of your lead generation because you've got the ongoing programs income coming through, as opposed to going from sale to sale, which is, I think, always risky.
So tell us exactly with that. Tell us exactly what you are selling and your process for it.
Yeah, so we've got a few different things, but at the core of our business is our boot camps. So in other words, group training, group personal training, and so we essentially use like a low barrier offer model where we do 4 weeks for $47. We promote that heavily on Facebook, get people in the door, and use that as a way for them to try it out and then sell them into our ongoing programs. So that's predominantly what we do. On the back end of our success of that, we've actually been able to create a program where we do that amongst other things for personal trainers, and they go out there and open up one of our locations. We do the marketing for them, handle their back end website stuff and admin, and we coach them, all that kind of jazz. So that that's another thing that's come off the back of building our business. And now we've also sell personal training courses. So cool thing happened to me on lunch where we sold a PT course that's got a profit margin of $4,000. So
nice lunch.
While I was out there having lunch, I got that message come through. I was like, yeah, cool.
Good one.
Excellent. But point being, none of that happens unless you got the actual business in the first place. PTs wouldn't see me as an authority in PT or running a PT business if we didn't have a successful whole bunch of boot camps. So they wouldn't buy my course, if that makes sense.
Yep. So tell me, you've dropped your cost of conversion has dropped down quite considerably?
Yeah. So one of the things we've been working on is we've always, got a whole bunch of leads, predominantly because we throw heaps of money at Facebook and they send us leads. But one of the big things we've been able to work on with Kerry is reducing our cost per lead, and we've got that down to now $3.50, which is really, really good. because 1 out of every 3 of those leads turns into a customer, and our customer's average dollar lifetime spend is about $1,000. So it costs us $10 to make $1,000. And if you're a personal trainer, you want to have access to that, then we can do that for you, and you can pay us more money, which is cool. So what I'm trying to say is you build one business, but everything else will flow from building that database and being successful in the first place, and then everything kind of snowballs from there.
So having basically multiple streams of income within the same sort of list and building that out. Yeah. That's absolutely awesome. Good work. So what are your plans moving forward with this business now?
Moving forward, basically it's world domination.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy. Just essentially just expanding the business, building our licensing model to other personal trainers, as well as all of our existing businesses as well. And then, offshoots from that, by building successful PT businesses. One of our plans is like the McDonald's way of doing things, where we actually buy the property, run the business from the property, and we can build that asset as well. And then other services that our audience uses all the time. So we have a lot of mums, for example. So we're looking into different things like play centres and cafes and things like that, where we could actually, run a boot camp, and then everyone goes to the cafe, has a coffee, has lunch, etc., etc. Then takes the kids to our play centre after that, and then, I don't know, maybe goes to our nightclub that night.
With the kids.
You weren't kidding about world domination.
Maybe like a movie. I don't know. Let's go to the movie. So yeah, just few things, I suppose.
Awesome. Actually, I love a story that you told me about advertising into Townsville. Was it Townsville? Where you had to end up stopping the ads there?
Yeah, so that's happened a couple of times, but we opened in Townsville last Monday, so that was pretty cool. In that, we had to turn the ads off because we were getting too many leads.
And only one PT, wasn't it?
Yeah, only one PT, so we're madly scrambling around trying to hire a new PT at the moment in Townsville. Does anyone know any trainers in Townsville?
There we go, Bronwyn's from Townsville. I'm sure she knows someone.
Fantastic. So I'll have a chat to you later, Bronwyn. That's happened a couple of times now. It happened to one of our WA locations as well. We had to turn it off. I think one of the really important things to remember when you're sitting here learning all about Facebook marketing is if you get it down pat and you do the work, and you will get it down pat, is you've got the ability then to create a massive influx of inquiries, leads, new customers into your business, but you've got to have the systems ready to be able to utilise that. So if you haven't got the sales force to go out there and sign all these leads up into boot camp, you're actually going to do yourself a disservice and burn a whole bunch of people who are very unlikely to come back. So it's also really important to figure out how you're going to scale it, because if you sit here for 3 days and come up with some awesome marketing, that's fantastic. We've either got to have like an info product or something that's super scalable, or start thinking about how am I going to scale this up and grow it so that it actually turns into a good business, not a giant headache.
Yeah.
Oh.
Excellent.
So what's, just to summarise, what has Facebook meant for you and your business? And I guess as a secondary one to that, what value has Kerry added to your business? Yeah,
cool. So Facebook has always been a big part of our business, and in terms of what it means to our business is the majority of our leads come from Facebook. It's a very social thing as well. So, it makes it easy for people to refer people on because they see your thing on Facebook, share it, etc., etc. So it's always been a big thing for us. And without it, I guess, in many ways, I'd be a typical PT in the park, scratching my head as to where I'm going to get my next client from, and, getting ready to go and work my second job at night. It's been massive. And in terms of Kerry, we've been working on a few things. The biggest impact we've had recently is being able to reduce that cost per lead, which is really, really valuable stuff. I mean, for us now, we've got our cost per customer acquisition or cost per new customer down below our profit margin on the first sale. So I'm not sure if that kind of makes sense, but basically what that means is we've got an unlimited marketing budget. And does anybody know how many customers you can buy with an unlimited marketing budget? It's a lot. Yeah.
World domination.
So that's been really good. Whereas in the past it was just guesswork. It was like, yeah, we'll chuck hundreds of bucks on an ad and we get some leads back, hopefully. But we didn't really know how much each person was costing us. So we'd also wasted a lot of marketing dollars. So yeah, that's a big thing as well. Yeah.
So it's really turned into a long-term sustainable business for you.
Yeah. Now we actually know the numbers much better, and just being able to track them was something really simple we worked on the other day. It was just changing the columns around in your Facebook report, and actually now getting some numbers that actually mean something.
Yeah.
And we can actually test different ads against each other, and just doing that. Yeah. I don't know the exact numbers, but I know it was like at least $3 or $4 per lead that it dropped down, which you times that by about 100 leads a day, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
For sure.
Excellent.
Cool.
Thank you, Jake.
Awesome.
Thanks for
well
sharing.
done. Thank you. Big hand to Jake. Thanks, darling. Appreciate it.